Hello folks, here I am with my sourdough starter again, and I hope you can see that that's not quite doubled. I don't know, I can't seem to get my starter to double, but this is day 5, and if it's not doubling, that means it's not really ready to be used. But here's the thing, let's leave that lid on. I don't want to take a chance of anything getting in it. Keep your stuff clean. This is the discard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this discard into my pancake mix. I've got everything all set up. I don't want to do the pancake mix right now because I want to show you day 5 of my starter. So I'm going to, I probably shouldn't contaminate. It probably won't matter. It all came out of the same place, didn't it? So I'm going to stir this up. Oh, it's really getting thick. It's really getting thick, and I'm going to feed it again. Once again, I'm using 2 ounces by weight of water and 2 ounces by weight of flour. Stirring that up real well. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm coughing. But I'm covering my coughs, so you don't have to worry. You won't catch anything. Some of the videos I watched said err on the side of being too dry as to being too wet. I think that that's, watch this. That's looking great. It's a little thicker than pancake mix. It's probably more like waffle mix. But I'm just going to leave it alone. It takes 5 to 7 days for it to really mature and be ready. I want to stir and get lots of bubbles in it. We're going to be making some sourdough bread pretty soon here. Patience. You know, patience is one of the gifts of the Spirit. And it's one of the gifts you'll know you have once you become the bride. So be the bride and you'll learn patience. But here's what I wanted to tell you, is this discard can go in your pancake batter. That's what I've heard. Now, I've never actually seen anybody do it. I haven't taken the time to search out. But you know, I'm the kind of person, I just like to jump in and do things my way. Well, as long as they don't contradict Yahuwah's way, right? So what I've done is I've got my freshly milled flour. The directions say to make a well in the center. See, so I push and then pour. It's 1.5 cups of milk, 2 teaspoons of oil, 1 egg, and here is 1 1/4 cups of freshly milled soft wheat, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and a tablespoon of evaporated cane sugar. Oh, and I didn't put the salt in. Oh boy, I'm glad I went over the directions again. Seems like I have a habit sometimes of leaving one thing out. Let's see, this is a teaspoon. So this is pink Himalayan salt. Now I'm going to have to whisk all that together again. The reason you whisk it together, in the old days, my mother would put it all into, she had a cup, it was aluminum, and it was a cup, and it would hold just about that much flour. And she would grind this, and it would make the flour and everything spin together, and it would go through a sifter. That's what it's called, a sifter. And I probably need to get a sifter, but I think whisking things together like this does a real good job. So now I'm making a whole well into it. Where's my little spoon rest? It's not over here. Okay. Well, I'm just getting my counter dirty then. I'm pouring all this in here and whisk that together. My counter was clean before I started, so I wash it. I wash my countertop so much. I used to wash my countertop with vinegar, and then I noticed that it was developing cracks. Okay, oh, I'm supposed to be getting I was so worried so much about showing you this, I forgot to get my griddle started. Hold on. Wow. I can't believe I forgot to do that. Okay, here we go. Now I'm just going to lightly oil my griddle. I'm going to put this back before it gets scared. It has to hide in this cabinet. Now, I'm going to just take some, take this silicone, heat my pan up, and I'm going to take this oil, put a little oil in it, and lightly whisk it around. You know, pancakes actually work better on a non-stick skillet. But see how I'm doing this? You don't have to buy spray oil. You just have to buy one of these, and then you never run out. All right, here we go. This says, put it all together, lightly brush the hot griddle with oil, drop about 1/4 of a cup of batter onto the pancake. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to add, ooh, look at that getting all bubbly. I'm going to add the starter mix, the discard. I don't know how we're supposed to use this discard, so I'm using it this way, and I'll put the rest of it back in the refrigerator. I tell you another secret. I'm not very good at making pancakes. I'm good at making the recipe, but I'm not good at all with grilling them or baking them or whatever you do to pancakes. I'm putting that starter mix in here. All right, here we go. I need a 1/4 cup measuring cup. I have to wait for this to get hot. Oh, I should have had it hot. You know, I tend to be one of those people that get ahead of myself, and I think I've got it all together, and then I remember I forgot to do something. I appreciate you being patient with me. Oh, what I didn't tell you I did to this is I added pumpkin pie spice to the powder, and I added a little bit of vanilla. And with the sugar makes things, brings out the spices. Okay. I'm going to see if this is hot. You're supposed to put a drop on it and make sure that it's good and hot, but I'm going to go ahead and put this is really thin. I'm used to something thicker. Well, looks like that's going to work just nicely, doesn't it? Oh, getting too close. Like I said before, I'm not great at making pancakes. I mean, cooking them. They always turn out tasty, but I either get them too thick or too thin. So, and see, when the bubbles come up, you're supposed to wait for the bubbles to come up. And you're also, it's a good idea, if you see the bubbles coming up real soon, it's a good idea to check. Yeah, it's getting done on the bottom. I'm going to let more bubbles come up. Boy, I made a lot of pancakes. Let me get my. Can you see the bubble action? Yeah, you just can, can't you? All right. Also, I've noticed that this pan is too big for this burner. And, oh, I'm going to turn this other burner on. So that edge of the pan, there. Now I've got 2 burners on so that it can cook more evenly. These will get done faster, of course. Let me see how this one's doing. Oh, look at that. Woohoo! Look at that! I've never made such beautiful pancakes. I'm so excited. Let's see if this one, how this one's doing. Not too bad. There you go. There you have it, folks. Beautiful pancakes. I better get a plate and take them up and call my husband to breakfast. I love you. Have a blessed day. And remember, be the bride and keep the commandments and love Yahushua with all your heart, mind, and strength. Hallelujah.